Vegas lights shine bright, bad boys sitting pretty. Michael, Steve, Rob running things in Sin City. Podcast blazing truth, rhyming hard and witty. Three kings on the mic, Vegas life gets gritty. Matt Michaels dropping bombs, quick wit, no filter. Sin City's own, blending gold with the silver. Steve taking notes, every word's a thriller. Rob's on the tracks, beats cold like a chiller. Bad Boys a podcast, raw truth they broadcast. Speaking facts so fast, haters coming dead last. Las Vegas legends, three amigos top class. Mic in hand, setting fire, never outclassed.
Welcome, everybody, to the Vegas Bad Boys podcast. I am Sin City Steve, filling in for Matt Michaels tonight. Shout outs to you, brother. Hope you feel better.
Is that some sort of inside joke?
What's
You're
that?
filling in for him?
Hello.
Hey-o!
Inside of where? But
Inside
in
his
any event,
special place.
yes, being joined, as always, by our boy, Rob Trump. Rob, how the hell are you doing, bro?
Minus the back brace, standing in place for 6.5 hours until my heels hurt. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. But I'm going to show up at an open mic later and drink it off.
Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm
Ola
talking about.
Abibi.
Where is this?
Ola Abibi at 11:15 Casino Center Drive.
Hell yeah,
I think
man.
that's the name of the street where Ola Abibi is. It's the street next to Main Street in Las Vegas.
Ah.
So yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah, man. Well, let's dive in. I know normally we talk, recap the shows and do all that kind of thing, but I don't know what kind of rocks people have been living under, but there's a lot of things that went down this week. Yeah, unfortunately, this is what we got to start with. Let's talk about this relative scene that could very well be happening very soon.
Well, some
Haters
of
are
it
gonna
already
say
has.
it's AI, but yeah. In any event, as you can see right in there, for those folks that are listening to the audio only version of the show, we've got an AI, or maybe not AI, soon to be, lineup of all of the released talent that were unfortunately, either budget cut or a renegotiation that did not pan out. And, they're all in line to talk to Tony Khan and plead their case to pass through the doors to become all elite. So, Rob, make it make sense. Make it make sense.
All right, no, put that up again. Let's
right.
put this up again because I want to put this in context of the picture. We have at the front of the desk, sitting in front of piles of money, is Tony Khan, and up at the front is Aleister Black, Malachi Black, who left for greener pastures and found none. It was just as dead on the other side. Behind him is the worst of the AI characters. His version of Selena Vega is behind him. Could have told you that a mile away. There was nothing that they could have done with these people. Whether it was just nobody in the ring that was a match for him in the ring, or he just has no chemistry. I don't know what it was, but we saw that a mile away. Fine. Kyrie Sane. All right.
Bionic Scoop chimes in and says, yeah, TKO has entered the profit over product era. Well, it is a new era.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is the kind of stuff that Matt goes, well, that's the bottom line. Well, no. You have people in here that Motor City Machine Guns, what did they do with them? They handed them the tag belts way too soon. Nobody in WWE, no casual, knew who the hell they were. They didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
So nobody who knew who they were. And you went, oh, this is your tag team's favorite tag team. So you made them look like old guys.
Yep.
That was dumb. Framed them all the way wrong. Okay, Jeff Cobb. Let's just say fucking Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, Jeff Cobb. Don't call him by the other name.
What? Yeah, JC, what the hell? Fine, yeah. We know who he is, and you got rid of one half of the Gorillas of Destiny.
Yeah, he's not even pictured. I think that he botched the AI photo shoot. I guess.
Now the other one I got a problem is the New Day. Now the New Day, yes. owe us nothing. They gave 10 plus years of amazing wrestling. Once Big E was gone, the writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
These guys owe us nothing. I mean, they were a stand-up team. I don't like that picture only because, and I found it, but because it doesn't have Big E, and it deserves to have him because. But I'm the one who
they're
found
leaving. He's not. So I mean, that's the only thing.
It's sad.
Yeah.
None of this has to happen. Look, not a month ago they were going, oh, Grayson Waller's upset that he can't be in the New Day. Remember that? That was a month ago. Then they broke him off and it got quiet. Look, you know, and normally I'd go on a tirade for 9 hours. I said it last week. I said it the week before that. And I have friends who are big wrestling fans who feel like I do. They're not drinking the Kool-Aid like Matt. Yeah. I love Matt. But he drinks the Kool-Aid way too much. This is a shit show. You have a Judgment Day now run by Liv Morgan, and she's already pulling the authority route where she's going, oh, hey there. If you don't do what I say, you're out. Great. So we already know what's going to happen, Roxanne. And, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Going to go off and bang Finn Balor. Great. He'll release the demon in her. Great. Finn Balor. Are you going to give him a title run of any worth? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. So what the fuck was the point of this? Making him a babyface to send him nowhere? LA Knight. Useless. He's the same as Finn Balor. He has all the skills. He'd be a champion in any promotion. Both of them would. Imagine Finn Balor in TNA or LA Knight in TNA. Oh, my God. Oh, wait. LA Knight was Eli Drake, and he was amazing.
I think Finn would be fantastic there, given they have an affinity for dark and spooky. Why not, have the demon show up there? You know what I mean? Like that type of a thing.
Have him come, and I'm not being facetious. Have him come with I can't remember the guy's name, the Reverend dude, Mr.
James Mitchell.
Yes, Reverend James Mitchell. Have Father James Mitchell, Reverend James Mitchell, take him from the dark place, which is what they call hell there, and you brought up the demon. Yep. Great. There's so much meat on the bone with now. And by the way, that picture did not have the wide six.
It did not.
Yeah. There is so
because they're not going to AEW.
No.
They're going to TNA. If they're smart, go to TNA.
Yeah. Now here's the deal. What was the payoff for this? There is no payoff. There's no if I know, look, we were just talking a moment ago, and I'm going to harp on this nonstop. You're having a match with Kairi Sane and with Asuka. And I do like the subtext. I do like the senpai route. But the linchpin of that story, it's like the modern day Dominic Mysterio story, was who got Kairi Sane. Without her in that story, it falls fucking flat.
Yeah.
It's like having pepper steak, but you forgot pepper. All you've got is gloppy beef. I want pepper in my pepper steak. You sold me Kairi Sane. Again and again and again and again. Kairi! And then what do we get? Then you're going to say, oh, well, Rob, she wasn't fired. She got to leave for her own volition, Rob. And you know what? That's Matt. No, she wanted to go back to Japan. No. She is, for all intents and purposes, she is close enough that she could be arguably the female Danhausen, the female comic relief, where she was entertaining enough. They were yo-yoing her between the two wrestlers. She was also good in the ring. She was active. She was undersold. Yep. And they made her eat pin after pin. So you left us flat on that one. All right, what about my family tree? Now my family tree has even less of a purpose. The only way that my family tree works is Roman Reigns goes double down heel. None of this vague in the middle shit. And he goes through both brands and he goes, remember I beat you? Solo, I'm your tribal chief. I wear the Ulafala. We're the first family. Step in line. Your family's done. And then they just get behind him. Tala Tonga gets behind him. Tonga Loa gets behind him because that's all that's left, right? And they get behind him. And they go.
I don't know, man. It's really hard to say because obviously, who's left?
And then again, here's the other thing: brand separation. Why is Jacob Fatu going over to Raw when he could have picked off a weakened Cody Rhodes, which would have made more sense because he had already picked off Cody Rhodes once before to allow Drew McIntyre to win? These storylines make no sense. No. Yo, I want what you got, Oos. What do you mean? Just join a family. You become famous. They give you a... You're trying to tell me you deserve to jump the... You don't even have the U.S. belt anymore, Jacob Fatu. You never got the IC belt. Oh, why are they doing this? Because there's nobody on that brand at Roman Reigns level that you want to pop post-Mania.
Right.
It's not that they don't have the people. And by the way, Gunther, what happened to Gunther? All the fanfare, all the hype, the crescendo that we built him up for. What about SmackDown? We got a gingerbread man. Why have we done this to Trick Williams that we made him comic relief?
We'll get there, bro. Don't worry about that. Like we got a lot of shit to talk about. So let's keep it moving, bro. Yeah, let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I feel like Corey Graves.
What?
I feel like Corey Graves the way he comments. This is a nightmare. Oh, how are we allowing this, Cole? You should love this.
Exactly. And by the way, Bionic Scoop does chime in and say that Gunther is headed for Cody. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that, man. We will see.
Please give him the belt. Just give him the goddamn belt.
At this point, yes. Realistically, yes. But let's keep on talking here. So Kofi Kingston did post a heartfelt message to friends and to fans out there. And just to read a bit of it, it's taken me 2 full days to respond to all my texts. I hadn't been on social media until today, and I'm overwhelmed by all the messages here too. So much love. So I can't help but to be filled completely with gratitude. And, you know, that's the completely right attitude to take in all of this, is to be thanking your fans, thanking the people that realistically had always been there and had always been in your corner. So, you know, it'd be very easy to, you know, lash out, be angry, whatever the situation is. But as Kofi continues here, my story has been nothing short of remarkable, and I'm truly blessed to have had such an illustrious, accolade-laden, and most importantly, fun-filled career. I made my childhood dream become the most wonderful reality. Throughout this journey, I'm so thankful to have been surrounded by great friends and to have built so many unbreakable connections with people that I'm very proud to call my family. So obviously he does go on for quite a bit there. Again, very heartfelt message from Kofi. You know, realistically, this one was a bit weird for me to wake up and hear. I had just taken it for granted. I had assumed that the New Day were lifers in WWE, that they were going to be there until they chose to walk away. Also, something to keep in mind is Xavier Woods was doing a bunch of stuff with Up, Up, Down, Down, with gaming. So
Austin
where does
Creed.
that stuff go now? So it's very interesting because, you know, there have been rumors of them extending a deal similar to what they gave to Tyler Breeze, where they would still keep him on for video game related content, but not wrestling. And that doesn't benefit anybody, realistically speaking. Plus, not for nothing, AEW essentially has the party intact already on their AEW Games YouTube channel. So I think that they have a situation that's basically tailor-made for the New Day to come in, add immensely to that tag division. Bro, just give me a 4-way at All In Wembley. Give me Cage and Cope, FTR, the Bucks, and the New Day. Sign me up, bro.
Yeah.
Sign
Now,
me up.
here's the thing. This is bittersweet as well because Big E and Kofi Kingston got to leave with a World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
I mean, Xavier Woods was King of the Ring. King of the Ring means you're on your way.
Yes.
And they pulled the rug out from under him so many times. Can you? Did he ever have a singles champion?
I think he was maybe a United States champion, but he wasn't.
Barely.
Like, he didn't hold one of the big titles.
And it's embarrassing for somebody as talented as him.
Oh yeah.
Now, what did they do back in the day? For those people who were, later to the show, a lot of times you had a trios tag team holding 2 belts, and Xavier Woods would be in the back with Francesca, the
Freebird rule.
Yeah, and it didn't matter whether it was a trios, where it was them versus the Shield, which the totem pole thing that they did, where Xavier Woods jumped off. I mean, there was so many innovative tag matches and so much entertainment there, especially from Woods. Yes, he was coming off injury, so I get it. But this is so inglorious, so defeating to your own brand that you're shooting off your toes and then trying to run a race.
That's a great analogy, but it's so true.
What's WWE doing? And again, I'm going to go after Matt a bit because Matt's idea is, and I'm sure a lot of you would agree, is that TKO is shining up the product to sell to somebody else. All right. When you chop down a tree, did you chop down a dying tree or did the tree have apples on it? When my family sold the house I grew up in, the trees in our backyard had apples growing on them. And the guy who moved in chopped them down. Why would you chop down a tree that bears fruit? It makes no goddamn sense.
Unless you just didn't like the tree.
You didn't like the tree. You didn't like the fruit. If I am seeing a company at its weakest, with its worst lineup and its worst storytelling, and I buy this, first of all, how do I move forward and make a better product if this is what I'm being presented? If I'm buying a crappy product, my logic is it's only going to go down because I have nothing to compare it against. Because every time we bring up what was WWE at its best, Attitude Era. When was it at its best? Oh, but there was drugs and there was misogyny and there was lots of mid-card talent that got shut your mouth. And the worst of the worst, you had a female intercontinental champion and earned it once and then fell into it later and still defended it with dignity, wrestled the men in China. You had the WCW belt combined with the WWE, and you had twin champion Chris Jericho, who did not look like the other wrestlers back then. You had intercontinental matches that would have blown out any world heavyweight match right now. In my assessment, I look at the world heavyweight belt on Raw as if it were the same level as the IC belt back then, because that was the level of quality back then. Oh, but Chris Benoit, yes, they did a lot of damage to themselves and others around them, but there was a way to still capture that intensity and maintain safety at the same time. Pile drivers, muscle busters, Samoa Joe falls backwards. That's brand, that's across the industry. There are ways to do things safer. Chair shots are delivered to the back and not to the head. There's a way to do something, make it intense, have good mic workers. Who do you have in WWE that can work a mic? Not Gunther. He can't work a mic. What about Seth Rollins? Okay, he's okay. He's okay, not great. Who's on there? Who's there that can work a mic? You just got rid of the New Day. They were amazing. Cody Rhodes? What do you want to talk about? No, he's not good on the mic.
He's stale. He's absolutely stale.
Remember when Arn Anderson took his suit and tie, took Cody's clothes and threw them in the trash and said, and what did Cody do? He went to WWE with that same gimmick that was stale in AEW.
Yep, exactly.
And if you followed the product, not the brand, but the product, it did not improve. You took people with shitty gimmicks and you maintained them. You can't. Here's a funny thing. You cannot get away with that in the indies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he did Bionic Scoop. Let's be fucking honest. The last time Cody stepped it up and changed his gimmick was when he was forced to by Brody Lee. He dyed his hair black. Yes, he still came in the suit, but he came in like a fucking bat out of hell and beat that guy's ass.
Yeah, but if you look at it, that happened dead in the middle of the pandemic. And what has he done since then? Realistically,
he almost
nothing.
retired himself because Vincent Anthony Ogogo and beat the shit out of him. He almost left then. And then Malachi Black beat the shit out of him and spinning heel kicked him into his grave. And he took his boots off in the ring. At age 32 or 33, he took his boots off in the fucking ring on his own show.
Yeah.
What kind of gimmick is this guy? He's supposed to be the American Nightmare. And he's not. He's more syrupy than his dad was. If you're not going to go heel. Yeah. If you're not going to go heel, you might as well wear polka dot pants and just go super goofy. Your whole gimmick was being a goofball until you became the American Nightmare, and now you became syrupy. Stop with the three-piece suits. I threw up in my mouth when I saw John Cena come out in a three-piece suit at WrestleMania. I don't want to see that shit. I want to see hustle, loyalty, and respect.
That's don't worry, we're gonna get to Cena here shortly.
Yeah,
that's also on the docket. You know,
it's fucking people.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's kind of pivot here. I think that obviously it goes without saying the New Day first ballot Hall of Famers, if they even want that to be a thing. But in any event, their contribution to WWE cannot be understated. Unfortunately, I did give Xavier Woods a bit too much credit. He actually has not ever held a singles championship in WWE proper. So, yeah, strictly tag team championships.
And King of the Ring, which after King of the Ring,
but again, I mean, he held a crown and a scepter.
And King of the Ring means you're on your way.
Yep.
You should not be an IC champ, an American. You should be the fucking world heavyweight champion if you're King of the Ring. That was the whole point. Then after they gave it to him, then they made it, you automatically get these title shots because you're King of the Ring or Queen of the Ring. Yeah. They screwed him at every opportunity. And again, I'm going to go after Matt on this one. You're trying to tell me that Xavier Woods sat in the locker room and went, I don't want to be a champion. That's right. Okay.
I highly doubt that, man. I highly doubt that.
I'm at. Oh, that ankle injury I had, I rehabbed it, but I'm okay. I just want a ginger. Like, just, I'm okay. Can you give me my trombone back? No. Are there any pancakes? No. I'm okay. Wherever you want from me.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's kind of pivot a bit and discuss another one of the releases. And let's look at it through a different type of a lens. Booker T actually made some waves this week online when he asked WWE viewers if they even remember one match from Aleister Black's career. And obviously a lot of people were clamoring for Aleister and Zelina to be re-signed a la R-Truth, whatever the situation is. But on Booker T's Hall of Fame podcast, he hit hard with a simple but savage question. All these years, do you remember one Aleister Black match? And that might sting, but on the main roster, you're going to be hard pressed. Now, if you look at NXT, that is a different story. I think that, dare I say, Aleister Black is one of those people who were booked like, a titan in the company, pun somewhat intended, when he was in NXT. But then when he got that call up to the main roster, yeah, he had some buzz. He had the cool entrance. Obviously, that intro song's a banger. We all know that. But it didn't really materialize into very much of anything. And, obviously he left once, went to AEW, and it was painfully obvious he did not want to be there. By the time it was all said and done, he did not want to be there. And so clearly he jumped ship, went back to WWE, and found himself released less than a year later.
I want to give you 3 names, though. May I?
Go.
Aleister Black, Bask in My Glory, whose name I can never remember.
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee. Yep. Aleister Black and Keith Lee. What happened to them? What happened to Miro?
Well, I mean, Miro, they're at least he's been on TV. He was on WrestleMania, you know.
And the other NXT name. Okay, Karrion Kross. There's 3 people.
There's plenty more, brother. There's plenty more. I agree with you on Kross too. But think about it. There are quite a few people whose success did not translate to the main roster.
Now, out of Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, and maybe even Aleister Black and Zelina, and let's not forget Scarlett, you might have been able to get them to come back at reduced pay. And you would have got great wrestling out of it. Great wrestling, great storyline. The last match, he stayed 100% to the last match where Scarlett gives Sami Zayn the chair and goes, hit him. That's my husband, hit him. I want to see if you can do it. They did not take their foot off the gas. None of these guys did. Except for maybe, I don't know what to say with Aleister Black. He's too cerebral. He's too quiet. He's a slow burn. And you can't have a slow burn in a company like WWE.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thought process could very well be this. A rumored story is said to have gone around that someone in TKO is not a fan of darker characters in WWE. Take that however you will, by the way. I don't know if there's a pattern, but I can tell you there's a story bouncing around among talents that someone in the TKO realm isn't a fan of the darker characters, and that's been the blame placed on why the Wyatts, Aleister Black, Zelina, etc. were all cut. One person even suggested to me that The Undertaker, being the American badass and not the dead man in appearances, is proof of that outlook. I have no way to prove that this is correct, but the story has made the rounds this past week among numerous people we've spoken with. Whether there's something to it or just assumptions, I can't verify at this juncture. I guess we will see if and when WWE leans back into supernatural and dark characters again. This comes from Mike Johnson of PW Insider, and Mike Johnson is very, very reputable. So where there's smoke, there's generally fire.
If you're selling a company to a bunch of Saudis and they are not into that, they are not into anything demonic, you see what's coming, and it is going to be some sort of late 80s, early 90s Americana. It's going to look like American Gladiator, which is coming out soon. It's going to look like some chintzy American Gladiator, and it's going to be slapsticky and shtick, which can sometimes work, like with the El Grande Americano, where now where you see Chad Gable's got his 2 guys in there as masked luchadors now. All right, you could do that sometimes. You cannot do it all the time. Now, here's the thing. Forget about WWE for 1 second, and you might have gone to it later. I know I'm a disruptor, but if AEW does not go, oh my God, look at this. For the nerds out there, look at when Khan sees the Enterprise he's destroying, and he goes, there she is. Not so wounded as we were led to believe. Hey, fine. Go at him. Go at him. Kill him. Kill them. Go after these sons of bitches. Find them and kill them. You're never going to get another opportunity at this. Once it gets sold to your fucking cousins over in Saudi Arabia, you're never going to get another opportunity. It doesn't get better than this. That's not salesman talk. It does not ever get better than this. Hey, we've got, you know what I liked when Tony Khan came out with the dripping, with the heart sunglasses. I want him to start doing promos again. Fuck it. I want him to be the biggest dick heel promoter ever. I want to see him. I know, again, Matt, hey, I want to see him be super smarmy and go out and literally go out on in that ring once every Wednesday and go, hey, did everybody have a good time? I want him to do that. What we play at the end of our show is what he did at the end of the show at the Palms. And I don't blame him for saying that. I want him to do that. I don't want him to be corporate. I want him to go out and say, hey, this is the show you once got from WWE. I've got your boys. I've got them. I've got Edge and Christian. Oh, but they're old. So what? They will put on a banger. I've got Xavier. I've got Motor City Machine Guns. They're coming. We're gonna put them to work. We will package them correctly. We will show you what they're capable of. I've met them before I ever knew anybody in Vegas Bad Boys. I met them 3 years ago at Sam's Club. They're fucking young. They're in shape. Have they been doing it a long time? Yes. Do they look old? No. It's about how you package people. It's about how you present them. That's my problem with WWE. It's why I was all riding Jade Cargill's train. Do I actually think I'm going to get to banger? No. And truth be told, I'd be afraid because Jesus Christ, you'd bend me into a pretzel. I might eventually like it. I'm expecting you're going to say snoo. But
well played.
The reality, thank you. What did I say back then? If you prance her around the main roster, you're telling me she's main roster ready. That's not being a mark. It's me being observant. And you put her out too early. Now she's okay. But have you seen her since WrestleMania? No. Nope. Have you seen her two lackeys and who should have been fired because they're just B-Fab? She sucks. There are better people than B-Fab who lost their jobs this weekend.
That's very true.
Do I want anyone to lose their job?
Absolutely
no.
not.
She's not a wrestler. She can barely wrestle. Throw her ass in TNA, throw her in Shimmer, throw her in Women of Wrestling, let her grind up for a year or two. Develop a character that's not just black chick with braids that they throw with black tag teams, which is kind of like fucking racist, be honest with you. All right?
Yep.
It's fucked up. And then Michin. Is Michin Bullet Club? I don't know what she is. Is she hardcore? She's gangster, but she's like this Asian. She wants to be like a gangster Latina gimmick. I don't know what they're doing with her. I don't know why they're doing it. Okay, fine. But is she good? Was she good in a TNA as Jade? She was good. Mm-hmm. She was the TNA Women's Champion, the Knockouts Champion.
Yep.
Where do you think she got Eat Defeat from?
Exactly.
Let the people know where she got that move from, Steve.
TNA.
But which wrestler?
Gail Kim.
Gail fucking Kim.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry, but that stuff annoys me. It's just they're deliberately gutting the programming.
Yeah, they absolutely are. So let's shine a little bit of a spotlight on someone with some local interest who unfortunately was a part of the budget cuts as well. But Bully Ray believes that Tony Khan could immediately turn Zoe Stark into a compelling babyface in AEW by simply giving her a live mic, letting her speak about her WWE exit and recovery. He frames it as an effortless storytelling opportunity, saying, if you're Tony Khan and you invite Zoe Stark in, what's the first thing you allow her to do? Here you go, sister. Here's a microphone. You got 5 minutes. Go tell your story. In his view, that alone would be enough to connect her with fans. And he argues that authenticity would do most of the work, claiming not only will they love you for your determination and your passion and your drive, but they will hate the WWE for letting you go. Bully Ray sees it as a built-in emotional angle that AEW wouldn't need to overproduce, since the real-life circumstances already carry weight with the audience. I completely fucking agree 100%. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but yeah, I'm agreeing with you, Bully Ray.
You know where we've seen this before in our lifetime? Remember when X-Pac joined? What did he do? They gave him a mic and he said, man, you guys over there in the NWO are crawling so far up Eric Bishop's asshole. Bam.
Yeah.
Alundra Blaze, all of that. let it happen. Now, here's the thing: in the world we live in now, everyone's afraid of lawsuits, copyright infringement. Hey, I just got kicked out of the biggest wrestling company of the world. The WW sucks. Whatever. She doesn't have to say the whole name. Let it happen. Now, is she good on a mic? I don't know. We never see her.
Well, and that's the thing is when they did give her promos and the opportunity to cut those promos, of course, they force-fed every single line to her. So the authenticity may not have been there. Whereas with AEW, they're going to give you bullet points at best. Most of the time they say, here's a mic and some time, you do you, and it quite frankly is sink or swim. So I think she could endear herself to that audience, but I'll tell you, if she does not, they can and probably would eat her alive on the microphone. But, you know, realistically, I wish nothing but the best for Zoe Stark.
Zoe Stark's never even got to come back.
Yeah, so obviously she had the catastrophic knee injury, worked extremely hard to get back, and she actually got fully cleared. She is fully cleared for in-ring competition. And what is the very first thing that they do? They let her go. After working and busting her ass in rehab, doing everything she could to get back into ring shape as quickly as possible, they kick her to the fucking curb.
Now, again, I'm going to complain about our boy. What is the argument for all of this? Because if you're trying to tell me that TKO is trying to cut costs and that JC Jane and friends are so much better, really?
That's the reason why is The Rock needed a new timepiece. He went to the 2026 Met Gala, and he just so happened to be rocking a timepiece on his wrist that caught the attention of the internet. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a Jacob & Company Billionaire 3 watch valued at $3.3 million.
Oh my God.
On a watch. A watch.
That's like 4 or 5 or 6 superstars.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Now, obviously, am I saying that Rock, took the salary savings and bought a watch? No, I'm not saying that just to protect my ass. I'm not saying that. I'm drawing a parallel. But yeah, is it or is it not a bit tone deaf to be rocking things like that, even at an event like the Met Gala? You could even go as far as to say that, yes, people laughed about it, but the Joe Hendry song about firing Logan Paul. I mean, one could argue that there's a line to be crossed with that too. But it just seems like as if, we're making a lot of light. We're making a lot of light of something very, very key in a lot of people's lives. And, how these people are going to feed their families, keep a roof over their heads. And we're making jokes about it, laughing about it, showing up to these high-profile fashion events where we're, rocking, in this case, a $3.3 million watch.
And here's my thing. For those people at the Met Gala, I guess here's my question. When it comes to The Rock, is he Dwayne Johnson or is he always going to be The Rock?
I mean, as much as he's tried to distance himself from, being The Rock, there's no way that he's going to be able to. The people
on that red carpet, let's say Joan Rivers is alive. You think she's going to, is any of those people on that red carpet really going to know in the weeds that they just fired?
No.
All of these people? No, they're not.
And realistically, too, I mean, looking at The Rock at the Met Gala, out of generally what gets worn to the Met Gala, let's be real. He does look somewhat normal there, to say the very least, as opposed to some of the usual shit that we see cross that red carpet or in photos from that event.
But he doesn't look very happy. Here's the thing with The Rock. When you see him, especially when he made his returns to WWE, he looked annoyed. He had the
Yeah.
5 o'clock shadow. He doesn't look like he wants to be part of wrestling anymore. I think if I'm overreaching, fine. I look at a guy who's just kind of annoyed that he's probably not more famous than he is in movies in Hollywood. Because when he does anything with the WWE, first of all, the pops, he looks like Dwayne Johnson trying to impersonate The Rock.
Yeah.
When he did the Smashing Machine, it didn't go over.
Nope. Which, granted, good movie. I was one of the 18 people that saw it in the theaters. Good movie, but yeah, completely agreed.
And that really speaks to, think about it. On I happen to have a Sirius subscription, Sirius XM. Fight Nation was the channel, and on Fight Nation they had UFC and they had WWE. They got rid of the UFC element of it and rebranded it as totally wrestling. Nobody gives a shit about MMA anymore. Nobody's running around with affliction clothes. Nobody's going in a ring, taping up their hands, trying to be the next Chuck Liddell. Those days are what they were 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That was a fad. The thing was, wrestling in one form or another has been consistent for 40 years. Right. But as in my lifetime, from the Hulk Hogan on, that's to me was the break, is Hulk Hogan on, where it was mainstream, not backyard wrestling, not this territory or that territory, or Jim Crockett Presents, or the Atlantic Champion, or the North. Mainstream, and that is in no short order thanks to Vince McMahon Jr., Vince McMahon Sr., and Hulk Hogan. Without those three guys, we're not sitting here. Nobody is. I think it's safe to say that. They put it on the map. Now you're trying to make wrestling like you would have a Starbucks cafe. Formulaic. It's shit.
Yeah.
And Tony Khan would do himself a monster service to separate himself from that shit storm that is WWE and make himself Attitude Era. I want more MJFs. Jericho right now is too quiet for me. The idea that Jericho is just eating pins from Ricochet is starting to get annoying. I need classic Jericho. I need people that could talk. But I'm getting storylines. I'm getting Will Ospreay in a basement, learning to fight from the ground up. That's caught my attention.
That's compelling, brother.
So where's the ring? Buddy, there is no ring. We're going to teach you how to fight right here. And all I want from you is 100%. If you could give that. And I'm like, yes, this, I'm happy.
Exactly.
And I get laughed in the face by Michaels because he's got like, what is that syndrome? Stockholm syndrome.
Tony Khan derangement syndrome. TKDS.
He's got Tony Khan derangement syndrome.
There you go.
All right.
All right, y'all. So let's kind of dive in and just do a quick recap of weekly shows this week. And Rob, did you happen to check out Raw?
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about it. What did you like? What stood out to you? What didn't you like?
All right. All ego Ethan Page is there with Rusev. Okay.
Yep.
Instead of having our IC guy defend his belt and have compelling matches, we're doing group dating.
Of course we are, because keep in mind, secondary titles can only seemingly be defended in multi-man matches.
So why is one of the greatest technical wrestlers, who happens to be a luchador, fighting? I don't know.
Yeah.
Asuka promo with Io Sky. Great.
Dude, this was dope. This was actually very good. I like this.
It gets an A- only because it's missing the one element, but it's still very, very good. It's compelling.
Now,
it's good.
really quick, I was just going to say this and throw this out there to you. Obviously, we talked a bit about Kyrie. Something that I have to mention is she's continuing to get paid for this 90-day period.
So she could show up.
Realistically, what should happen and what a lot of people are thinking is going to happen is that we will actually see Kyrie this weekend in kind of a way just to put a button into that story. Because, realistically, all that she has to do is show up in that Io and Asuka match at Backlash and, give the story the proper ending that it deserves. And then realistically, now
Steve,
she can go off into the sunset, into stardom, and start the next chapter in her career.
If you want to see a mushroom cloud of jizz over Las Vegas, all she has to do is choose Io Sky. Io Sky and her walk off into the fucking camera. Kairi Sane waves to the crowd and says, "Arigato, gomaita," waves and leaves. And then she goes to go, "Io, I must go. But I love you so much. Bye." The end. The fucking end. If you fail to do that, if you fail to have Kairi Sane come out there, put Io over, walk up the ramp with them, and then say to everyone, "Thank you so much for all that you've given me here at the WWE. I gotta go. Bye." And then Io Sky goes, "But wait, we could be together now." And she goes, "I need to find my own way, just like you did." Bam! Put her over.
Exactly.
This isn't hard. You have Kairi Sane put Io Sky over, and you finish the fucking story.
Yeah, absolutely, man. What did you think about that Finn Balor JD McDonough match, or as I should say, that attempted match with repeated run-ins?
I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, Dominic Mysterio's here. Oh, he keeps grabbing the ankle. He keeps swiping the ankle. Oh, wait. He finally gets thrown away. He gets ejected. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Look, it's Liv. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hey, why were you talking to him? He just came into the clubhouse, and I told him to leave. And all right, great.
Yeah. And then, that Obafemi Open Challenge. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Otis, no less. All right.
So wait. So what's the
one time that I go to you and you don't have anything to say?
I know. Hold on.
Usually I can't get you to shut the fuck up.
Here was my thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I watched all of Monday Night Raw end to end. I forgot who he wrestled. Oh, wait. Yes, I remember now. Otis. That's right. You said it. Otis. And he got power bombed. He took a wicked, a little one-handed power bomb type move, and it was rough. And here's my thing with that. Why I forgot about it? Because Otis is a jobber.
Right.
Tozawa is a jobber. He walked in, he went, and he left. I remember it now. I forgot about it. Maxine Dupri. Wait a minute. Wasn't she the IC champion? And wasn't she being trained to do all these incredible locks and holds? Yep. And now her and Natalya are both gone.
Yep. Imagine that.
She's a jobber again, even though she was over with the fucking crowd as a wrestler, not as a valet. She was over.
Yep. Exactly.
Again.
Exactly.
And what did you replace her with? Another blonde who botched her signature move.
That's what I was going to bring up. So you sign your contract for the main roster and you botch the finish. You botch your finish. Realistically, some fans had never even seen who this chick is. This was their first introduction to Sol Ruca. Dude, that sucks. It sucks for her that went down in the way that it did. WWE did some stealth editing though. So if you were to watch the live feed as opposed to the recording on Netflix, you saw two very different angles, and we'll leave it right there. So yeah, they were trying to do damage control, no pun intended,
Her finisher is a lot of work for a stunner.
It's a very contrived move. It looks extremely cool, but you do run the risk of, something going wrong. And it could be any number of things, unfortunately.
This is like when Matt Sydal joined AEW and slipped on the top rope. And then they're like, well, it was raining. And he never recovered.
And people, seriously though, people would not ever let him forget that.
He might as well have came in with a diamond-studded Stormtrooper helmet.
He may as well. But, speaking of diamond-studded Stormtrooper helmets, anything about that contract signing?
Take it away.
Are you excited for Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns this weekend?
Huh?
Sadly, now one thing that did hit some internet buzz this week is the apparent rumor that Roman Reigns may be one of those people that they're trying to renegotiate his contract. I'm not saying that there's any truth to that whatsoever. Not saying that by any means. But it's interesting that they're giving Jacob Fatu the Obafemi build to WrestleMania in this match at Backlash. Because every single step of the way, Jacob Fatu is getting the better of Roman Reigns. So, and from what we've heard, Roman Reigns has made it known that he doesn't necessarily want to drop the championship to anyone not in his family.
Here's my problem with this now. Okay. Let's say this does happen. Okay. Now Roman Reigns, the world heavyweight belt is a joke to me. It always has.
Oh, yeah.
He holds it for one defense. Now, he looks, no defense, actually. Zero defense. He looks like shit. You don't come back from that if you're Roman Reigns. You have no teeth left. Okay? The Usos. I'm going to be very, very bigoted. Jimmy needs to get his shit together and stop looking like a slob.
That's not bigoted.
You cannot run out there dressed up in layers and layers of clothes to wrestle. And then the one time they took his shirt off, they had to put tape around his midsection and he had flab on both ends.
Bro, I don't care what anyone says. That shit's not bigoted. Don't let that slippery slope fallacy creep in here. You had me scared for a second because I was like, oh shit, what kind of direction is he going to go in? And then you say something not even close to being bigoted.
Here's my thing. I'm wearing a vest right now because I got a back brace on. I hurt my back a month ago. I'm not a fucking wrestler.
Hell, if the rumors are true, he isn't coming back, period.
Who? Roman? Huh?
Yeah, Scoop. Elaborate a little bit, please.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Whatever it is, CM Punk has not been back for the most part. He looks whatever. Oh my God, get out of here. Well, number one.
Shit. Yeah, Roman.
You're not. All right. All right. Now, all right. We're doing it. All right. Wait.
He doesn't want the pay cut, 15 mil a year.
All right. Wait a minute. Now you've just on. All right. I will try to keep this tirade to him. All right. Hold on.
Let me start the fucking clock now.
All right. Wait a minute. Wait. Don't do it. Here's the thing, because this is not even a tirade. You got to unpack this. Number one, Jacob Fatu is not worthy of holding the main belt right now. Is not verbose enough that fans are going to get behind him. Two, the Usos are not going to get behind him. And if Roman goes, the Usos are next to follow. So now you have fucking Jacob Fatu out on his own on Raw when his beef is with Solo Sikoa and SmackDown. So this makes no goddamn sense. Roman right now is as good as he's going to get. And the first family, all of this is something that's marketable. So if you're not going to pay him, you're dumb fucks, because Jacob Fatu is not going to hold down an entire brand. Roman, even though I've said he's old, I get it. I get that. I get it. But there's no anchor right now on either of those brands. Cody Rhodes has a busted eye socket. There is nobody that can hold the company up on its shoulders. Cody still can, and they're trying to buy him time. Gunther cannot carry a show. Jacob Fatu is a mid-carder. LA Knight, they don't want to give him the strap for whatever fucking reason. There is no face on that show. Thank you.
Bionic Scoop says, Rob, you are talking to the choir right now.
There is nobody on the show that can carry Raw or SmackDown. Now, I bitched about Fragile Phil, but Fragile Phil did put on a good show. The problem is I'm tired of guys with white beards running around with bags under their eyes. For the amount of money that they have at their disposal, make them not look like they're beat to shit. I don't like
red light therapy or some shit.
Right. I don't like it with Christian. Edge and Christian look dirt old. I don't like that Christian Cage was running around looking kind of muscular when he was fighting Kenny Omega, and now he's wearing a turtleneck in the ring. Did he lose his muscles in 3 years? No, he didn't. So stop it. And the other one with the weird hair that's never been combed. Cope. So I don't like it when Roman Reigns looks like he's 100 years old, and that Cody Rhodes is the only one that looks presentable. Okay, there is an element of showmanship that has been lost with this Triple H, Paul Levesque level bullshit of we want everything to look, pardon the pun, raw. I don't want them to look like they're 90 years old and battle damaged. I'm sick of that shit. I want you to look almost as if you're an action figure. You want too much. No, I want the type of wrestling that you sold me on that I paid for 20 years ago. I want the type of wrestling where I was willing to think about, God, do I put gas in my tank of my car or do I go to WrestleMania? I should have to be thinking about life or death choices to come to your shows, and I'm not, because your product is shit and your wrestlers look beat to shit. Yeah. When Pat McAfee says, I don't want to see a 5'5" wrestler, he wasn't lying. What is his industry? Football analysis. Are you going to put a fucking beat to shit guy out there on the field? No. As Patrick Mahomes comes out with blonde highlights in his fucking little fro there. Why? Because it's showmanship. Why do these guys bejewel themselves? It's showmanship. Why does Trick Williams talk about his lemon pepper steppers? Showmanship. But then you put him out there with a gingerbread man and you make him look like a child. Why is he crying about a gingerbread man? Why is he taking L's to Sami Zayn? Why is Sami Zayn going over as a super heel? He's garbage.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great kind of segue. Speaking of garbage, let's talk a bit about SmackDown and what went down this past week. Did you have a chance to check out SmackDown, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, look, I loved how Jacob Fatu ran through all of my family tree like and that was great. But he's not going to carry a show. He's not going to be a leader. Cody Rhodes with the busted eye socket, whatever, great. Don't care. Charlotte Flair, to what I just said, look at that picture. Does she look like that now? No, she does not. That is super airbrushed, that photo of her. She looks like she's 20 in that picture. She looks like she can't rent a car in that picture because she's not old enough yet. She looks like she's still on Ric Flair's insurance policy.
I'll be honest, like when I looked at that image, I was like, is that even Charlotte?
No. Because then look at JCJ next to her. That's JCJ.
Mm-hmm.
That does not look like Charlotte Flair. Now, is Charlotte Flair hot? Yes. Okay, I would drink her bath water. Okay, I would let things happen that will not be spoken of in this room. Stuff that even Matt Michaels could not fantasize doing to DJ Impact.
Oh, Jesus.
I asked him to give me all 3 songs to play for a friend, and he was scared to do it. He was afraid to do it. He's like, hey, Rob, are you going to redistribute this material? I'm like, no, my friend, no. It's like, okay. He was afraid, so I can only imagine. Woo, Daryl gave it to him. I thought it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad because he was scared. But let's get back to it. I missed the part where Ricky Saints came to the roster.
Oh, geez. You didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. Dude, he got no reaction from the crowd. The promo that he cut fell flat. You could tell that there were lines that were designed to get a reaction from the crowd, and instead it got crickets. Yeah, not a fan. And then he wrestles Cody Rhodes night one on the brand. Okay, sure.
Here's my thing. You know what I'm going to say that's going to surprise you? I'm not happy that Joe Hendry's on Raw. That's the wrong brand for him. Raw is the gritty show. Raw is the we're beating the shit out of each other. Raw is not the slapstick show. Never has been. There's elements where they could sprinkle in a Tozawa here and there or an R-Truth, but those guys were universal players.
Yeah.
He deserved to be on SmackDown with an upbeat crowd, upbeat programming, and he dresses in all blue. He should be on the blue brand. So I don't know why he's even there. Because him doing a very dry guitar song, he should have stayed another year on NXT.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ricky Saints. These people were barely established.
Yes.
All
Completely
of them.
Agreed, man. I thought that it was extremely short-sighted of them to bring up absolutely everybody from NXT, because what you're left with is a vacuum. And essentially, you hit that reset button on Tuesdays on NXT. And what are you left with?
Look, do I like Ricky Starks? Yes. Now, first thing, I know why they did the S at the end, because they're trying to make the same similar sound. I would have called him Ricky Saint. I think that sounds better. I don't like a plural last name on that. Number one. Number two, when he got to NXT people are oriented to indies. So you did not build his worth, and you didn't see what they used to do is used to bring somebody for NXT. They did this with Carmelo Hayes, and it was good. They trickle him in here and there. Here's a match. Do we like him yet? Put him back. Bring him out. Put him back. Bring him out. Put him back. All right, now you're here. They did not do that with this guy. They just went, you're here, you're here, you're here. Jordan Grace, they just chucked her in the deep end. She's 4'2". They chucked her in the deep end. She got hurt. Now she doesn't look invincible. And you put her up at people that are twice her size, it doesn't look believable. I would have liked to have seen her wrestle a Julia. Establish her technical ability and prowess. They didn't do that. And now, man, you JC Jane. No, I don't give a shit that you paid your dues in NXT. Are you going to work on this brand? The reason why I went so in on Jade Cargill was they trickled her through all three, and they put her on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. You gave us all the audiences a chance to absorb her, a chance to get used to her, a chance to see her on all three brands, and you made it organic by comparison to what you did on all the others. Who did they do well, though? Lash Legend, perfect. They rolled her in excellently, but they're not doing that with the others. Here you are, all ego Ethan Page. He's not going to last. You know what he is to me? He's Grayson Waller. He's Grayson Waller. Oh, well, he's way stronger than he appears. Why are you trying to sell me on this guy? I should know who he is. If I follow your product loyally, if I follow NXT, Raw, and SmackDown loyally, then why is Michael Cole trying to sell me on this guy? I should know who he is.
Should.
But I don't, because you're selling me on him as this big, strong guy. Why is he in mixed matches already?
Yeah.
He's not that important, I guess.
Clearly not, man. Well, and anything else about SmackDown?
Give me the gotta jog the old brain.
I don't have it anymore.
That's fine. No. I like the Jacob Fatu went through the MFT guys, but it also shows you how shitty the MFT guys are. They're cardboard cutouts. I'm gonna be honest with you. We've gone in an hour. I loved Collision.
Yeah, we're starting to talk about
Please.
AEW right now. Don't worry.
Fuck, this has been an hour of depressing garbage.
I know. Let's flip the page. Let's talk about AEW programming
Oh.
and kind of act as a palate cleanser, if you will.
This was good wrestling.
Dude. Yeah. And you know, the thing that really stands out is across the board on both shows in AEW this week, you got excellent in-ring product and you furthered storylines as well. So obviously they've been great at in-ring product, but everybody's always chosen to find fault and criticize over their inability to tell stories. And I think this week they showed that they can definitely do that. And as you mentioned, the Osprey storyline with the Death Riders, that actually played into events elsewhere besides AEW that we will briefly touch on here in just a minute as well. So, but dude, tell me what you thought about the program this past Wednesday.
When you fight the bull, you get the horns. Good.
Dude, Roosh is so fucking over.
And he's still part of a faction of Gorbernales, which means that they could bring anyone up at any time and just call that back up.
Easily.
Smart.
Very easily.
Smart. You did not say he was just Roosh. You said he's still part of that faction, which means anybody at any time. Roppongi Vice.
Yep.
RPG Vice. I like RPG. It means so many different things. Rocket propelled grenade.
Yeah.
Great. Role-playing game. Great. It's just an RPG. Sounds good. Vice. Great. We're separating it from New Japan, and it still holds. The guys look decent in the ring, but now you're going up against Cage and Cope. Do they look a little old? Yes, I complained about that, but it does play into their characters.
Yes.
I want Cage to not look like a perv, though. I get what they're going with, but it's ridiculous, and he's much more jacked and built than what they're giving him credit for.
Facts. Oh, yeah. Absolutely agreed. I think, yes, we can all see where this is going, and it's going to be a multi-team match at Wembley, but that doesn't mean that we can't have fun telling the story the entire time in the lead up to that show in August.
I like the run-ins with all three guys out there in FTR land.
Yep.
Stoke, I didn't like him at first. I don't like the universal manager thing that AEW does, but it works.
Yeah,
he works with them, so that was great. If I'm not mistaken, they got their asses kicked in the end, Cage and Cope, when they got run in by FTR. But fuck it, it was just great wrestling. They're gonna make them climb the mountain for this.
Oh, absolutely,
and it's going to be so much more satisfying.
Yep.
Good.
And speaking of climbing a mountain, the women's tag team champions, Divine Dominion, dude, again, they continue to be booked extremely strong, picking up the win over Sheeta and Statlander. Obviously, the whole can they coexist thing, they realistically couldn't, but I think we're starting to see some things. And dude, give me both of those women turning heel. Give me Sheeta and Statlander turning heel, please. We got just a little bit of heel Statlander, very, very short period of time a few years ago with, ironically enough, Stokely being factored into that. But yeah, dude, turn both of those women heel as well. Let that happen.
The whole thing with the kendo stick, this is something that AEW referees allow a lot of shenanigans.
Yes. Thank you for bringing this up.
Should not have been allowed in the match and used as a weapon in any way. And the fact that Statlander was thrown into the ring post and hit by, was it a DDT that Sheeta used, and then it hit one of them in the Divine Dominion and then get clocked by the weapon. Yep. That weapon should have been thrown out of the ring immediately.
Correct.
They do it too often.
There's an argument to be made about referees' discretion, but I don't think that when you compare the two sides, you have to have continuity in your booking and in your matches and your overall rule book. I know rule books are, completely fantasy based, but you have to at least have some credibility.
Rick Knox was, if I'm not mistaken, the guy who did the match with Kenny Omega.
Yep.
It was Kenny Omega and MJF, and a table was introduced.
Yep.
And nothing was said.
Yep.
And they were like, wait a minute, is this a hardcore match? When was this a hardcore match? This should be automatic disqualification. The match should be, and then who is the famous referee that's been on everything? Who did the screw job 97 Montreal?
Earl Hebner.
Earl Hebner was being interviewed on Busted Open. He goes, I would never have allowed that. The match ends right there. Yeah. Why Rick Knox? And it was either, I think it was either Paul Turner or Rick Knox. I don't remember. The one with the black hair. Yeah, Rick.
So that would be Paul Turner because Rick Knox has no hair.
Yeah, you're right. It was Paul Turner that allowed that. And so this idea that they could just kind of casually insert weapons and you're like, oh, it's part of the match now. No.
Yeah. No.
But here's the one thing I like. Sheeta's use of English.
Yes.
Is so polished.
It's gotten so much better. Like comparing her to how she was when she first started out in AEW until now, she has put in a lot of effort to get better with the English language. So
she almost sounds like a French accent. And the bizarre thing, and then Harley speaking to her, responding in Japanese.
Yes.
Love that.
I dig it, man.
But Hikaru Shida is so smooth right now. Now, here's the thing. They just reintroduced her out of nowhere. And I went, what? And I went, what is this? And they just kind of put her in there with Shida. With Statlander. And I went, why? Did I miss something? Were they big friends back in the day? I don't recall that.
They did team quite a bit during the Daily's Place era.
Okay. So, all right, fine. Now, here's the other thing. I'm going to say. Her first week or two back, she looked fucking hey, Rob, you're an asshole. She looked a little chubbier. And now she's slimming down before our eyes. She's getting into fighting shape before our eyes. Her mic skills are insane. Not her English, her mic skills, including that, are incredible. Her responses, I'll make it up to you. Mm-hmm. She doesn't sound good. Bionic says, I'm so happy to hear she got her visa status fixed. She right now
absolutely agreed.
Is putting on some of her best work, I think, Shida.
Yes.
Because what was she before? She was a wrestler who cosplayed. And she was good in the ring, but she was a wrestler who cosplayed. This is everything. And Statlander, this could be good. This could be really good. And they're doing it right so far.
Yep.
And I'm going to be honest.
Agreed, man.
How often does AEW, except for the explosion thing, the pyrotechnics, how often does AEW leave you hanging like that? Very rarely do they leave you hanging.
Yeah.
Good on them.
Yeah, exactly. I do have to give a nitpick, and unfortunately it seems like as if this happens too frequently. Can you explain for me, Rob, what in the blue hell Ace Austin did to deserve an AEW International Championship match against Kazuchika Okada?
It should have been an eliminator match.
Agreed.
They should have said, hey, Ace Austin has been making some great inroads. He looks phenomenal in the ring. His win-loss record is X and Y, or 1 and 2, or da-da-da. This will be an eliminator match. Good. That's all they had to do. Yeah. If you're going to have him lose anyway, have it be an eliminator match. He was amazing in the ring. This was AEW's Ace Austin showcase.
That fucking drop kick, though, man. Holy shit. Fucking his head almost got kicked off the shoulders with that drop kick from Okada.
But what did they talk about? Now, here's the thing. By comparison, there is no real NXT for these guys for Dynamite, unless you want to talk about Ring of Honor, but it's a different element than NXT. NXT means you're going up. Ring of Honor means you might. Ace Austin is not all ego Ethan Page. Ethan Page is being introduced to another brand because no one's paying attention to NXT. Sorry, guys, not everybody watches NXT. So Ace Austin this was his showcase. Did he prove himself? Yes. Now, here's the thing, though. He's good on the mic.
Thank you, Bionic Scoot, for echoing our points. Continuity, he needed an eliminator. This after saying that Ace is that dude. I completely agree, dude. I completely agree. Ace Austin is so good. And it's good that they are putting him on TV more frequently. I would like for him to get a couple more wins in that win column for sure. But baby steps. It's good to see him on TV pretty regularly, so let's just keep that going, if nothing else.
Now, also, here's the way I would like. Who was the leader of Bullet Club that allowed you to come into Japan and be deemed it was I can't remember the Japanese guy's name. It was a Japanese wrestler that basically allowed you to be in Bullet Club. Kaga, or I can't remember the fucking wrestler's name. He made a brief visit to TNA to give Chris Bay and Ace Austin honorary Bullet Club membership, and then after that, Hikuleo and team left. It was said that you were not going to be allowed into Bullet Club unless you were approved by this Goto.
Yeah.
Goto. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So there was reason.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason why I bring that up is Ace Austin is in the Bang Bang Gang. And you have the War Dogs, which was Bullet Club, which are just the dogs. He should be out there on a mic going, by the way, I'm honorary Bullet Club. I'm an honorary Bullet Club. I'm Bullet Club. Chris Bay is Bullet Club. You know who's not Bullet Club? The Guns. What I want to see is him say that. I want him to go, I'm the mouthpiece.
Bullet Club's dead in the water, bro.
I know.
They've let that trademark elapse, so that's never going to happen.
God damn it. Bro. It's so it's another one. This is another Tony Khan. Well, when they say trademark elapse, they can't bring that back. They can't buy it.
Exactly.
So
exactly. I mean, that's something in theory that he could do. So, but right. We're going to be looking at a 3-hour show. We gotta keep going, bro.
All right. I apologize. Yeah. Well, and I gotta be sorry. What else is this? I want him to say that I am the real deal. I want him on the mic. Because we're not getting enough of Rock Hard.
Juice Robinson.
We're not getting enough of him. So he only came out because they were in Joliet, blah, 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 blah. We're fine. I want Ace Austin on the mic talking for the Gun Brothers. Make them a trios tag team. Get those trios belts on them. Get him talking. Get Juice Robinson bringing out a cardboard cutout. Do something, because you're not bringing Jay White here fast enough. And if you're not going to give me, and then you could have Bang Bang Gang versus the Dogs, and then they could discuss who is the real Bullet Club members.
Yeah, it's definitely something you could do. So, a couple of, one match that definitely surprised me in the outcome, and one match that definitely didn't surprise me in the outcome. Kevin Knight defending successfully his TNT Championship, pinning MJF in the opener to this episode of Dynamite. I had this pegged as MJF winning this title, unfortunately, and thankfully that did not happen. So thank you, TK, for swerving me on that, because, dude, yeah, it is way too early to take this title off of Kevin Knight. MJF. Obviously, the direction that we can all see is that he's going to be going against Darby Allin and taking that championship back, presumably at Double or Nothing. But there was no need for him to win the TNT championship, especially this close to Double or Nothing. Kevin Knight deserves a longer title reign. Keep that title on him for at least a little bit longer. Let him get his legs underneath of him on that. But solid match. Dude, Kevin Knight just continues to show why he is so good. Every single week, this guy brings it. But and then
I like it.
yeah, man. And then lastly, in your main event there, you had Darby Allin successfully defending his title against Brody King. And like I said, this match, you knew that Brody King wasn't going to win this match. You just knew the way that, because of the story that they were telling. Again, AEW telling stories. Imagine that. But yeah, Darby has to carry this title at least into Double or Nothing, where presumably he will show the effects of having a title match every single week, because this week on AEW Dynamite, Darby Allin defends that title against Kevin Knight, the aforementioned Kevin Knight. So while I don't think that Darby loses the title, I think that, again, we're building this narrative that Darby's not going to walk in to Queens at 100%, and that will at least somewhat protect him from dropping that championship for sure.
Well, and my problem with that is you're trying to cram a 8-month title run into 8 weeks.
Yes.
Which means you're setting the guy up as a carryover. It's just like, look, does he deserve
think about
it?
it though. If you think about it, what was the online discourse like the second that he won that championship? Everybody was up in arms, talking shit. So if you have this guy hold this championship for 6 months, realistically, what kind of a diminishing return are you going to get on his title reign? So I'm actually 100% okay with him having this, 15 minutes of fame title run, because he's going to defend the title every single week leading into that pay-per-view. So we're going to get bangers every single week. And again, it's going to play into that story that they're trying to tell.
I just love when he does the cannonball and bounces right off Brody King's chest. The ding. I was like,
that was insane. That was insane. But let's turn the page and talk about Collision, man. You were you loved this show, bro. Let's talk about it. Tell me what you loved, what you didn't like. And,
I watched it start to finish. I did not play a video game while watching it.
Wow, that's rare.
Start to finish. Oh my God. Let's talk about Bang Bang Gang versus the Death Riders.
How did I know you were going to go there right out of the gate?
Because we just left there. I mean, Jesus, again, Juice Robinson, getting to see him not in some weird getup too. What I mean by that is having him look like he just came right out of, I don't like he's in a singlet and he just looks goofy. Looks like he's just in a rush. He came in Bang Bang Gang attire. He came to fight. They did a good job. They're going against the two scrubs from the Death Riders. Fucking great match. Yeah. And anything with Ace Austin is going to be incredible.
Absolutely agreed, man. Absolutely agreed. What'd you think about that 10-man tag match with the Death Riders and the Dogs versus Top Flight and the Rascals?
I looked at this and I went, "Oh, Jesus Christ! The Top Flight and the Rascals are going to get slaughtered," and they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't. They put up. Myron Reed got beat to hell. He took
that guy has really, really stepped it up. I made a comment on this show a couple of weeks back about how, realistically speaking, Myron Reed did have a little bit more to prove to an audience than, the other two members of the Rascals, largely because they're known from WWE, from NXT, and obviously TNA before that. But I think Myron Reed, here's a guy whose stock has just gone up and up and up. So big shout outs to that guy for everything that he's been doing. It's definitely paying off for sure.
The conglomeration versus MXM and Johnny Morrison with his hair growing back. A little thin on the top, but it's growing.
Well, he lost a hair match, bro.
I know. I thought they were going to keep him bald forever. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I thought so too.
No, he's growing it back. It's just a little thin, buddy. That's it. Just a little minoxidil.
Yeah.
Just a little minoxidil. You'll be fine. You don't have to go to full John Cena. You just need a little minoxidil. You'll be okay. Just dunk it. If you don't want to touch it with your hands, just dunk it. You'll be fine. Put a kid in your wife first if you're concerned. Put a kid in your wife first, and then get the hair going.
Right.
Great match. Love to see those guys loving their striking poses instead of following up on moves and spots. Their spots are the poses. It's fucking great.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see MXM versus you son of a bitch. I
The
would love
Outrunners.
the
Hell
Outrunners.
yeah, dude.
That would be such a good match. And
That's a Ring of Honor main event right there, bro.
oh my god. And Dalton Castle in the mix?
Yep.
Because it would be the two fruitiest teams. Oh my god. Oh, that'd be
There
great.
you go.
Jungle Jack Perry versus
Dude,
Mascara. Dorada.
This match. This was the best match on this show.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Pendulum
Sorry, I totally stepped on you and stole your thunder, but this was the best match on this entire show. Jack Perry and Mascara Dorada absolutely killed it.
Perry won, but he didn't win the match. He won the outcome, but he did the match was all Mascara Dorada.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you gave the majority of the match to Dorada, but Jungle Jack did pick up the win in the end. But yeah, and retains his national championship.
Anna Jay put up a very good match, not an amazing, but a good match against Willow Nightingale. And Willow Nightingale sells every match like she's about to have a stroke.
Yeah. Speaking of, dude, I don't think there's ever been a better possible pairing than if you do bring the New Day into AEW, immediately you pair up Willow with them.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Well, no, you know what you do? Just put them in the conglomeration.
There you go. You could easily do that too.
Conglomeration, and there you go. And yeah, just that's easy. Yeah, that would be great. Hook.
Yeah. I still can't get over that song, man. I can't get over the theme song.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what that it's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Unlike any other wrestling theme that you're going to find in mainstream wrestling.
Sure. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what to make of Hook because he was the leader of the Ups, and now he's not.
Well, Samoa Joe's back now, so
he was the leader for 1 week.
Yeah, it was like a month.
Yeah, this is just so. I don't know what to make of this guy, and he doesn't talk well.
That's the key thing, not well.
Yo, we're gonna get coffee later, yo. What? Yo, I found the spot, yo, where they got coffee, yo. It's like, what are we? Just don't speak, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I want from him? Be your dad.
Yeah.
Scare the fuck out of me. Be your dad. Yep. Just be your dad.
Exactly.
But I'm not my dad. No. Your dad scared people. Your dad beat the shit out of Kurt Angle on his first match. They counted down. Suplex the fuck out of him. Be your dad.
Yep.
Do something where I'm just afraid of you. You look like a boxer. I'm not afraid of a boxer. He's got to switch up his gimmick.
Yep. Most definitely, dude. And so obviously AEW put out some great TV this week. Not going to break this down in full, but I do just want to draw attention to the fact that this weekend was New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wrestling Dontaku 2026. And why are we talking about this? Well, because a wrestler that we all know walked out with some hardware. Andrade El Idolo walks out of New Japan Wrestling Dontaku with the IWGP Global Championship after defeating Yota Tsuji. Bro, if you have a half hour, go and watch this match. It's on New Japan World. I wouldn't be surprised if New Japan doesn't upload it by itself to YouTube within the week. This was a fucking banger. And the finish to this match was, let's put it this way, a DDT onto the ring post that I quite frankly had to rewind and watch again while audibly gasping and saying, holy fucking shit, because I thought, hand on a stack of Bibles, Yota Tsuji was fucking dead, because Andrade dropped him on the ring post. Both guys were on the top turnbuckle. And yeah, Andrade drops him with a DDT, but Yota Tsuji's head, his forehead, smacks the ring post. Andrade falls all the way to the outside, doesn't sell that whatsoever. Instead, rolls into the ring, hits his finish, and gets the clean pin to win the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. But he was not the only one to walk out with gold, as, yes, the Trios Championships, the Never Openweight Trios Championships, did change hands as the United Empire picked up the win, as Henare, Great-O-Khan, and yes, Will Ospreay picked up the win over Bishamon, and got that Trios match, which, side note, this was interesting. WWE is now referring to Trios matches as Trios matches. Crazy how that works, huh? Yeah. But
and 3 Americans and 3 Europeans are all posing as Mexicans.
Of course they are, because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? So what we'll do is let's pivot just a little bit. Let me ask you this, Rob. Before we do that, what do you think about Andrade's change since he's gone to AEW? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I'm entertained by the guy. I also I want to just pivot one sec. It ties into what you said. The Andrade that we're getting in AEW and the Ospreay that we're getting in AEW is slightly different from what they're giving us in Japan.
Yes.
Because if I'm going by Will Ospreay now is almost like a separate character, because technically he should be in a dungeon training with the Death Riders, not picking up trios belts.
And I do want to point out, Scoop does chime in and say that Andrade is the only man to hold both the Intercontinental and the Global titles, which that's pretty astounding considering when Andrade held the Intercontinental Championship in New Japan under the mask of La Sombra. Yeah, that was 20 years ago almost. It's pretty crazy to see.
I'm liking it. The Andrade on AEW is a little less confident. He's doing this dichotomy where he's trying to pick up women on the side of the ring, and then Don Callis is enrolling him in matches, and he's going, "I never agreed to this." And then the why would you do this? Why would you do that? It's funny. It seems like they're trying to find. Yeah, how do you know?
How you know?
How do you know? He's a smart ass character.
Yeah,
I like it. I like the suit with the Kangol. He's got it. I like what they're doing something with him.
Yep.
But it's happening like overnight.
Yes.
And again,
the funny thing too, by the way, you mentioned us getting 2 separate characters. Well, yeah, in the post-match promos, the United Empire guys, Callum Newman, who is the new leader of United Empire and is the protege of Will Ospreay, had Will to hit the hidden blade on Shingo after the match, by the way, something he didn't want to do because Will wants to be a babyface. All of the other United Empire guys are heels. So it's a very interesting dichotomy. And when Will showed some signs of restraint, they referred to him as Death Rider Bill. So yeah, they're kind of looping that stuff in finally.
All right, good. I was about to say, I'm happy. Again, WWE is supposed to be the best.
Yeah,
slipping. And next week I want to get into, with all of these wonderful things in AEW, is it being reflected in the ratings?
Well, we will talk about ratings next week, and we'll go ahead and put a bookmark in that, and we'll come back to that. But just gonna kind of hit some quick hitters here. I could throw up the drop and say we're taking a dump and all this kind of stuff, but I'm not going to. So you mentioned Maxine Dupree earlier, and you mentioned LA Knight, but both of these individuals were to Minnesota Twins game this week, and the flex cam was out there in full force. Exactly, and they'll be counted in the paid attendance.
Don't care.
But don't tell me that you love old school hip hop, brother, without naming that group.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
wrestlers with attitude.
We'll go ahead and we'll go full screen on this one. But the right there you see it, man. You got the Hall of Fame table. You got President Donald Trump. You got Kid Rock. And then clearly this is not AI. This would never be AI. Incidentally, at the same table, you have Mick Foley, Kevin Nash, and Jesse the Body Ventura. And they're all just yucking it up. So you got to love that, man. But elsewhere, obviously, certain people are not nearly as high on the president or are not pulling punches, shall we say. As Brody King just recently, this interview rolled out yesterday, I believe it was, or today, stating that, United States President Donald Trump might be in the Hall of Fame, but that he can also go fuck himself. And it's pretty interesting that Brody is so outspoken about this, because I wouldn't have ever guessed it with the whole abolish ICE and his political stances. I never would have guessed this out of Brody. But actually, wait, sorry, damn it, why are you? Wow. Okay. All right. I'm being told that we have a bit of a special guest at this point. So we're gonna go ahead. Can we go ahead and patch him through? Is that possible? Can we all right. Well, while we try to get our special guest on the screen here, then what we'll do is we'll just continue to take a quick look at a couple of different things. Did you know that New Japan Pro Wrestling's Evil was supposed to make his debut tonight on NXT? And some people thought that his name would be any combination of different things. They had Nox Raijin was one of the possibilities. They had War as a possibility as well, but no, it ends up being Naraku, which I'm cool with this. I was worried of what they were going to name Evil in NXT, because most assuredly they couldn't name him Evil for various reasons. And let's be honest too. You've got very nice, very evil on the main roster with Danhausen. So what else could you call this guy? But Naraku, which loosely translates to abyss. It's kind of cute. I like that. So, but yeah, I swear, do we have?
What's going on here?
Whoa! Can we get some visuals by any chance?
Oh, who the fuck set this up? Jesus,
dude! Wow.
Hold on,
Mr. President. I'm sorry. All right, there we go.
Why does it say Rob True? You know what? These people are doing such a terrible job. And then I've got that evil Brody King. Where do they find these guys? These people are really scumbags. They're really terrible people. They put these people on the TV. They shouldn't even be allowed on TV. We're going to have our FCC chair look into this one. Can we look into this Brody King? You know what? He's not even a king, okay? He's a bingo hall wrestler, and he calls me a piece of shit because, you know what? People don't talk about this. We've had net zero immigration since January. Net zero. We've had zero immigration. Okay? And, I'm looking at you. Maybe he's Scandinavian. Maybe he's Mexican. Maybe he's Brody Ray. Okay, Brody Ray. And we're going to have to get rid of him. We're looking into it, and I think he's a terrorist. I think he's part of ISIS. He could be part of ISIS. He could be part of Hezbollah, and we've got to get rid of him. And we're going to call Tony Khan, and we're going to go, hey, look, Tony, you got to get rid of this guy. You got to get rid of him. You know, what he's doing is undermining the security of America. He's undermining American security by going out and chanting unpatriotic, very unpatriotic. The worst patriotic there is unpatriotic. And he's doing such a terrible job. And he's not a good wrestler. He loses lots and lots of matches, okay? He doesn't win matches. He's not a good wrestler. He just lost to a guy who's 5'7", 170 pounds. I mean, come on. Where do they find this guy? Where are they finding these people? And you know what? I'm starting to think maybe Tony and Shad Khan aren't even Americans. I don't even think they're white. This is it's really unfair what they're doing. And something has to be done. Something is going to be done. We're going to get rid of these people. These people are ruining and destroying America one lost match at a time, okay? I remember when I won back in 1983 at the Silverdome, and I beat Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Andre the Giant in what many said was the greatest WrestleMania ever. WrestleMania 3.3, was it 3, 4? WrestleMania 2, where I beat Ricky the Dragon Steamboat Hogan, and one of the finest. Quite honestly, people said, "Geez, Donald, that was the greatest match ever." And that's what, in fact, right after the match, they put me in the Hall of Fame. People don't know this. Right after I won the match, they gave me the belt and they gave me the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy and the WWE Hall of Fame ring, because right after I beat Andre the Giant and put him, and I rolled him up, I put him in a schoolboy. He retired right after that, and he did Princess Bride, and then he never wrestled again. It's true, but believe it.
Absolutely, Mr. President. Well, I definitely have to say, anytime that we can hear from you, it's a great occasion. Anything else that you'd like to say to your constituents tonight?
Well, you know, I'm very disappointed with the WWE right now. They're not doing a very good job. They're not putting out a good product. They've got Jacob Fatu. He just got out of Sing Sing. He looks like he just got out of Shane Quinton. Okay, he's got rainbow braids. What is he? Tekashi 6ix9ine? What is he? You know, where do they find these people? Okay, they could have had Zilla Fatu. I would have got Zilla Fatu, and it would have been a tremendous deal if they got Zilla Fatu. Instead, we get Jacob Fatu. He can't even speak. He's mumbling when he gets in the ring, you know. Do you know anyone who just goes on and on and on like that? Nobody goes on and on and on. And just, you know, he just speaks. Just whatever comes to mind. Not going to win. He's not going to beat Roman Reigns. Okay, he's not going to be Roman Reigns, by the way. Okay, look, Hobbs. He was in that Hobbs movie that where he did the scream. Remember with the scream, and then he was with The Rock, and they did the scream. You can't get that with Jacob Fatu. By the way, you think he's going to know how to work on an 8-cylinder? Okay, do you think he's going to know how to work and put the camshafts on, put the headers on, put the knocks, the turbo? He's not going to know how to do that. Roman Reigns knew how to do that. Roman Reigns was working on cars. You know, they were building the cars with The Rock and Jason Statham. They look at Jason Statham. That's one guy. That's, by the way, if anyone should get a tag team belt or an opportunity, give it to Jason Statham, not Logan Paul. Give Jason Statham. You know, I think he would be good. I think he would do a good job. But then again, Logan Paul's brother, Jake Paul, he's doing some great work. He's going to be a fine congressman one day, and I completely support Jake Paul for Congress. Maybe we might even, you know, look into having him as the next press secretary. We're looking
snap.
Jake Paul as the
Jake Paul is the next press secretary.
Why not?
Heard it here first.
Why not? Or because we had to get rid of Pam Bondi. We have her as head of sanitation, and now maybe we could have.
That's about right.
Yeah, we got Pam Bondi. What was she again? I don't remember what she did, but maybe we could have Jake Paul take over as the head of the security of the Western Sanitation Division of ICE. So I like that. That sounds good. We could do that.
Mr. President, what would you think about changing the name of ICE, by the way, to National Immigration Customs Enforcement, so that now they're referred to as NICE agents?
Well, a lot of people said that Immigration and Customs Enforcement is very evil and very nice. So I like calling it nice. It's going to be. Oh, you got picked up by NICE. That's nice. You say we got rid of some illegal people. They're illegals. They're not the undocumented. They're the unlegals. Okay, they're the unlegals. Okay, the unlegals. And when you get carted away, that's going to be very nice for America.
Yeah, for sure. And Mr. President, just really quick, we're going to go ahead and get wrapping up here. Is there any other sort of final thoughts that you'd like to share with the listening and viewing audience?
Well, yeah, they're talking about there's rumors that they want to show the world, not even just the World Wrestling Entertainment, Total TKO. What does that stand for? Total Knockout Options. They want to shout to the Saudis. I think that would be a very big mistake. The Saudis right now are not playing ball. The UAE are not doing a good job. I mean, I have a great relationship with King Mohammed bin Salim, and he likes me. He likes me a lot. We've gotten along very well together. He said, you know what, Donald, we like you so much. We're going to give you 72 versions. Unlike the UAE and they want to they want to take back my jet now. They're talking about they want to take away by 747. If they don't do a better job with the WWE, we might have to block the merger. We might have to block the sale. So we're looking into it. If they don't do a good job, we might have to block the sale. So Nick and Paul, which I mean, we like them. We like Linda. She's doing tremendous work, outstanding work with the Department of Education. But if they can't fix this, we might look into blocking the TKO purchase. So they better do a better job.
Yeah, that would be throw a wrench into everything for sure. So, all right. Well, Mr. President, thank you for joining us tonight, and we definitely appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. You did a good job. Unlike what they did in 60 minutes, you treat me fairly. I'm glad that the bald one is on dialysis and not here to fuck up the show, as he often does. Thank you very much for being a patriot. It was an honor for you to have me.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Mr. President. And so what we're going to do, let's just kind of turn really quickly and get some yeah, so this is unfortunately one of those moments that we don't like to talk about, but unfortunately it is a reality. Rebel, who is obviously known to AEW and TNA fans alike, continuing her ongoing health battle. She did release a video stating that the doctors have diagnosed her with terminal ALS. So she doesn't know how much longer she has to live. If I'm not going to play the clip for you here, it's definitely very, very harrowing, very, very difficult to watch. There is a segment in the video where she specifically asks point blank for a peaceful passing. So, prayers up to Rebel, also known as Tanea Brooks. Death, unfortunately, is something that we all have to deal with. But yeah, whenever there's somebody in the wrestling community that has made an impact on our lives in any way, shape, or form, we should appreciate them while they're here and give them their flowers before they're gone.
This is just awful. I don't like that she's being taken away a piece at a time. She had growths on her lungs. It affected her speech, everything that she's going through, and it's just awful. But fucking kudos to Tony Khan for giving her
Absolutely.
all the support that she needs and allowing her to be buoyant, so to speak, allow her to be solvent, because WWE, bye.
Yeah.
They just kicked out somebody who had a broken ankle and didn't give him a chance to go back on the main in the ring. So fuck, you think they would have helped her? No.
Yeah.
And that's
crazy,
based
man.
on, not trying to be a dick, it's based off of track records. This isn't a brownie points moment. It's a God bless Tony for doing the right thing,
Right.
for being
Absolutely.
a good, wholesome person. And it's fucked up. It seems to always hit harder when it's a woman, especially when it's somebody who's just been so lovable. I've played such adorable characters, has been, I followed her growth from TNA with the Menagerie to dare I say, stooging for Britt Baker, but making it entertaining every step of the way.
Every step of the way.
I love what she's done in ring. I've loved her development and growth, and then to see her go from just really entertaining to being in this situation and then finding this and begging for a peaceful death. I never want to hear that from anybody.
Exactly.
That's just fucking awful.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that she is getting the best treatment she can get, and to be in the circumstance that she is now, yes, do whatever you have to do to make her life as fucking comfortable as it can be. Give her all the love. We here at Vegas Bad Boys want to send all of our prayers out to her.
Absolutely.
Lord bless her on this transition, or find a way to keep her with us.
Yes, most definitely. True. Very true, man.
Amen. Like,
amen is right. And Rob, as we begin to wrap, let's go ahead and tell the fine people out there where they can get in touch with you, where they can see you do your thing, and maybe get a cameo.
Well, one thing I do want to reference, I'm going to be at a Republican event. Helping Michael Boris, who's running for Congress. I helped also his opponent, truth be told, Gabriel Cornejo. I did the Trump thing for both. And so he is going to be doing a special meet and greet, special guests at a fundraiser on Friday. So if you want to RSVP, the number is 904-575-0160 or text 904-575-0160. Yep, same number, text or call 904-575-0160. He's running for District 1 in Congress. I will be there in my Trump persona. I'm going to be performing in a little bit at the Ola Abibi open mic run by Lex Las Vegas. On the 25th, I will be, and on the 22nd. On the 22nd, I will be at Cork and Thorn for 6/8 show. I will be featuring there. And then only 3 days later, I will be hosting in place of Adam Dominguez for the Quads open mic show. But this is where I call upon you, my good friend Sin City Steve, Matt Michaels, and anybody buying a scoop, whomever is in the Las Vegas area. On Monday, the 11th, it's going to be a comedy contest where I will be performing as Rob Bossler straight up. On the 11th, big cash prize. Would love your support. It's being run by Mistress K and the Future is Female Comedy Show. I want you to check out my page or check out Mistress K's page on Instagram, where you'll see more information about how to participate and join and vote for me. And to any of you in my circles who knows me, I'm going to be splattering out the link by which you can use to vote for me.
Perfect.
So,
and what is your Instagram handle, by the way?
It is at Vegas Trump Guy. Vegas Trump Guy on Instagram and TikTok, where you can see any of my upcoming events. And also, if you just want to see some of my highlight reels and my best videos, or at Vegas Trump Guy. And if you want me to make a custom video for you, Cameo/BOCE comedy.
Hell yeah. Awesome. There you go, guys. Obviously, dude, go see this guy live. He's absolutely hilarious. And you don't need me to tell you that, but yeah, seek him out on social media, buy a Cameo, have fun with all that stuff. Yeah, exactly.
And I can't find my red tie.
Really quick, folks, I just want to say thank you to everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all the stuff that you guys do. We appreciate each and every one of you. Also, very special thank you to all the brave men and women serving this country, whether you're doing it on lands foreign or domestic. Thank you for doing what you do so that we can do what we love to do. And last but not least, repsports.com, REPP sports.com.
PP.
Go there for all your pre-workout, weight loss, and general energy needs. Repsports.com. Use promo code Vegas at checkout. Save yourself 10%.
It was on the bottom of the bag underneath the Cat Williams wig.
Damn it. Well, there you go. Red tie.
This some motherfucking bullshit.
All right,
this
guys.
Is on some goddamn bullshit right now. Y'all motherfuckers got me all fucked up right now.
Dude, your hair's never looked better. So
I haven't heard that in 15 years when I paid $1,000 a day to go sit in Bosley booth.
Oh, shit. Oh, wow. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We will be back here live next week on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. So Instagram. Right at 8 o'clock on Tuesday nights. And but before then, I will be releasing another episode of the Sin City Indie Report right here, wherever you're hearing my voice right now or watching this show right now. We're going to be dropping that show on Thursday. So keep your eyes open for the Sin City Indie Report. And then next week, right here, we will see you for the Vegas Bad Boys podcast. For Rob Trump, I'm Sin City Steve. And oh yeah, there's this guy.
They held back on a lot of what they could do.
Did any of you have a great time tonight? Yeah.
With that, everybody, thank you for hanging out. We'll do it all again next week. Till then, happy wrestling.
Rolling up the strip under neon lights. Podcast mic is glowing in the desert night. Mad Michael's leading with the swagger tight. Sin City Steve right by your side. Alright. Rob Larry dropping truths, no fear. Broadcasting stories, make it loud and clear. From the Fremont edges to the Bellagio sphere. These bad boys rule, let me make that clear. Vegas bad boys, tearing up the scene.
To Matt Michaels and the Vegas Boys of Podcasting, this is John Cena saying thank you so much.